Hello,
I
beautiful
just wanted.
souls. And this is Vladi, and I've got an amazing Francoise Elbatrawi, who's a sister of a very well-known Ramy El-Batrawi. And in our group, we are studying his book, Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? And I invited beautiful Francois to give us stories that we would love to hear that are motivating, inspiring, and she has been very close with Ramy, and I wanted to ask her some stories she can share with us, and we can get more motivated and really understand how important these studies are for our mind. Welcome, Francois. It's an honor to have you here.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, it's our pleasure. Now, we just had a little chat with Francois, and I'm gonna start with this beautiful. She had an amazing relationship with Ramy, and it's three of them. But she has been telling me how very helpful it was for her when Ramy was motivating her with writing the book. Do you know what motivated Ramy to actually write the book? Would you love to
Oh,
share?
um, I know that he wanted to share and give back when he got really well off.
Mhm.
So that's why he kept on taking pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To prove that he went through that. Yeah.
Yeah. His stories are remarkable, and he talks about leaving home when he was 12 and then becoming homeless when he was 17. And then he's built, I mean, whoever knows Ramy, he's built a beautiful, beautiful life and wealth, and his heart was there to serve, to help
Yeah.
people and to motivate, because we were talking with Francois how important it is to have a strong mind, and it's the illnesses, the things that are happening in the world, and sometimes we just question, why is this happening to me? But it isn't that. It is about taking control of how are we living and thinking. And could you tell us, do you remember him running away from a home?
Yeah. Well, yeah. At that time, I took an overdose. Um. I used to do drugs when I was young. I was popular, so I used to do drugs. Then I took
Mhm.
too much and ended up in a hospital. So Raymond said, and my parents got divorced at that time. So Raymond said, I'm gonna go become a millionaire. I said, go ahead, Raymond, go, because our family was dysfunctional.
Mhm.
So Raymond he went and took was his own journey. He had a friend who gave him a book called Think and Grow Rich.
Mhm.
He was reading it all the time.
Mhm.
So I said, just go ahead and do what you have to do.
That is remarkable, because lots of people start studying and they just read it, but he was really studying this, like
Yeah, he's
really
really into it.
understanding that, and he was living by the principles too.
Yeah. I
What?
guess he did. He did because I was every time before I took my overdose. Every time I asked him, "What are you reading?" "Oh, I think I'm gonna rich." Okay. Yeah.
So he was a proper student of Napoleon Hill.
No, he was
This.
more. Yeah, he was. He was really like he loved to read stuff.
Mhm.
And that book really captured him.
That's amazing. Do you remember, was there a particular favorite part of the book he loved, or he used to talk about, we all love some stories, or maybe a particular principle he really, really loved?
Uh, the only thing I just remember is that he said to me, "I'm gonna become a millionaire."
Okay.
That's all I
So him
remember.
so he made the
That's
decision
it.
to
Go
become a
ahead.
millionaire,
Yeah.
and he left.
Yeah.
And then he became homeless at 17. So he built himself up. And then how did do you remember any story around that?
I remember he did buy a car during that time,
Mhm.
and he broke his collarbone. And I
Bless him.
felt bad because he got up and banged his collarbone in the car. Yeah, he didn't because he's tall, eh? So
Okay.
I said, "Oh, Ray, I'm sorry. I feel so bad." Yeah,
Oh, he broke the
and
collarbone in the car.
yeah, because he was sleeping in his car at one point.
Okay, so when he was building up, when he made a decision to become a millionaire, he was
Yeah,
actually sleeping in a car, yeah?
yeah.
Okay. What did you love most about him? Like what was special from your point of view as a sister? You
What is
told me
special
he
about
really
him?
motivate.
He, he's stubborn. He's
Okay.
a go-getter. He's
Okay.
a lot like me. He's stubborn, go-getter, and he's kind at the
Mm,
same time. He never looks at anybody down. He
hmm.
always treats everybody fairly. I mean, if you
Yeah.
could be the most richest guy, you could be the king, you could be anybody. You could be homeless. He will treat you equally.
You know, that shows a huge part of a humans, which is humanity. Like he was human because lots of people we either come up in the circles and I love what you said. It shows a human heart, but it also shows the humbleness. And this is
Yeah,
such a part of so many people who become successful and rich that is missing. They lose
that's
the
it.
humbleness.
Yes, you lose it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he made that when he made the decision. I remember the story. Could you tell me a little bit about the story? He's had key cutting business. So in his book, he describes how he created a very successful key cutting business. And do I understand that correctly? That he was copying someone successful, copying meaning he was inspired by someone who's actually created a success in the similar business, and he wanted to do the same.
Well, he was watching someone selling swans at the in front of there's store,
Mhm.
and they asked. He was thinking about to create something yearly, not for seasonally. You know.
Okay.
So he was talking to people, and he asked, "What you guys need here?" And he said, "Nobody duplicates keys." You know.
Hmm.
So Remy decided to do that business. Yeah.
I love that. So he actually figured out what is the thing that was needed for
Yeah,
people
like
or would do that.
Yeah, Remy says, find the need and feel it. Yeah,
Find the need and feel it. I'm going to write it down. That is brilliant.
yeah,
Underneath. Because the truth is, where we live somewhere, if you have, I mean, everybody can be successful. You can have five different businesses which are the same, like coffee places. You know, you sometimes come and you see, like where I live, there's probably 10 different coffee places and they all successful. But the
yeah.
truth is, there are needs for things where people have to travel. They have to
That's
go
right.
to next town or it's not available for them. And not everybody has the time or financial sometimes if you live further away and they're bringing the need to people. It's like in older days, you know, the village had everything. That was part of his dream, wasn't it, to create a community that could
Yeah,
be self-sufficient. Could you tell us some of the great ideas? What was really inspiring him? Was it the need that he really saw people that they would be living in a community where they could be more self-sufficient?
yeah. He wanted people to be self-sufficient.
Mm,
Excuse me. Um, um. He just wanted them, uh, people to depend on themselves. You know.
mhm.
He believes that whatever you could achieve, you could. I mean, what you ever believe you could achieve.
You can
Yeah.
achieve, yeah. That is
So.
amazing.
So he believed in that, and he was young, and he believed he could achieve, and he kept on going, never gave up. I mean,
Hmm.
he made his first million at 17 years old.
Yeah. And that's when he made his first million when he was 17. Was it when he then became homeless?
No, no. Before he made his first million,
He was
he was home.
homeless.
After
Okay.
that, he made his first million. He was okay, but after that, because he had to give a percentage to the store, and
Hmm.
just saw how much money he was making. And maybe because he was a newbie, right? He
Hmm.
did not sign a lease,
Hmm.
a contract.
Also,
So
he didn't have a lease as a newbie, and then he
yeah,
made that's amazing.
yeah,
So is that part of the reason why he then the
he had to
business
vacate the zero
he had to
stores. He
vacate?
had to close down everything.
Okay, so he had to vacate the stores. Okay, so like, what do you remember his emotions around it? Was there something? How did you see him? Was he disappointed, or was he
No,
just
he said,
ready to jump
I'll
into
find another
something?
adventure.
So he was very enthusiastic, right?
Yeah,
You
he
never
was
really
like,
saw him.
yeah, if it didn't work out, I'll find something else. Yeah.
He had great attitude.
Yeah, he tried a lot of things, but then he tried the he had the car auction cars, and the van business was going very well. That's when
Hmm.
he became a millionaire at 50s.
Okay.
I mean, not 50s, at 23. Yeah.
23.
And
Yes.
I want to see him in Florida because he was in Florida at that time.
Hmm.
So it was fun because I was trying to go horseback riding, and I can go on. I mean, I was going on the horse, and they're kicking the horse, and Remy's jumping all the barricades, and I can do it.
You know, I
So
love
it
that
was so
because what
fun.
you're sharing, it shows that Ramy was a guy who always say, I can. And if it
Yeah,
doesn't work out, what's next?
that's
Let's
right.
find the need for, what was it? Feel the need. I love
Yeah,
that. Like feel the
find a
need.
need and fill it.
Oh, find the need and feel it.
Yeah.
Okay. That is so remarkable. Tell us about how he inspired you because we were talking about you having a breast cancer and how amazing he was and supporting and motivating you to just don't think about it.
Well, I never really thought about it, but when I read the book, I thought, well, see, I might as well live my life to the fullest and don't
Hmm.
think about it. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then I joined, one way he made me start the Zoom calls and the reading of the book. I joined every single meeting, I never missed one.
Commitment. You showing a commitment that he did. Could
Yeah.
you actually tell some of the watching and readers because there's so many beautiful souls in this group and we're studying the book now. How did it change your life? Because sometimes people just you can hear them going, well, I don't really have a time and there's so many studying. Like, what is really impactful for you to read? What would you share as your personal experience and obviously living with Ramy as well or being with him and having this
Um.
close relationship?
Oh yeah. Well, what you know what I learned from Amy is like when you have something in mind, you just do it. If you fail,
Mhm.
who cares? You just get up again.
Get up and do it. I love it.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, I love when you say who cares because it really is about us and we all have our
That's right.
desires.
You just have to keep on going. Try
Mm.
again. If you did something doesn't succeed, you learn something from it.
Did he? My friend, my two or three friends actually joined Ramy on his last event, which he did in his house. Did you actually go there as well?
No, I didn't go, but I saw it online. I wanted to go. I bought the ticket, but he said to me he didn't want to. Things that the people would. He would favor me. So I said, okay,
Okay.
I'll stay back. Yeah.
Oh, bless him. So that was a great event. It was the last one he did.
Yeah, it was good. I saw it on. I was there. I was watching it all weekend. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love how supporting you are as well and how serious student you are. But you were listening to him and taking an advice. What would you say are I'm gonna say three because I love the magic number three, but if you could say three best lessons you got from Ramy, what would they be for you personally?
Okay. Never give up.
Mm-hmm.
Um. If you have something on your mind, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is don't care what people think about you.
Mm. Not caring for approval. So just
No,
believing in yourself.
don't care. Raymond never cared. He just did what he had to do, and he never cared about people.
Mhm. He didn't care what they say, but he really cared to help them, which is
No,
a
he cared
great,
about helping, but he
yeah,
didn't care what
yeah.
because some people when they see you successful, they try to put you down or
It's
just
very
use
true.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. And I love that you shared that because I remember somebody saying it's not crowded along the top line because people are opinionated, and it's like our family, isn't it? When you said
Yeah.
you had dysfunctional family, lots of people actually come out stronger out of this. Well, not everybody, but if it's a choice, isn't it? And he
That's true.
chose to be a millionaire. He chose to show that he can make it work.
Yeah.
He's show people that he made up his mind to do something. And if it didn't work out, he came to what's next. So he
Yeah, that's
focused
it.
on the
You just go
next, right?
to, yeah. And also, and like when he wanted something, he had something in his mind. If it didn't go to that direction, he takes another direction to make it something better. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So he was talking about shifting. Yeah.
Mm.
You have to learn how to shift.
From the direction.
Yeah.
Well, so what would you say that really helped you? Where did you sometimes see something that you said like it would be something that you feel, like we look at our siblings sometimes. I have an amazing relationship with my brother and sister as well. And sometimes I look at my brother, he's quite driven, and I look at him, I'm like, like looking like, wow, that's really brave. Was there moments where you felt like he is so brave, just keep going for the things and not no
Yeah.
fear?
Yeah. Every time he does something amazing, especially he's brave. Like I remember in 2014, um, he ended up in the hospital. As soon as I heard the news, I took the plane. I found the money. I took the plane. Went to California. and went to see him
Mhm.
because I was so worried about him. Yeah.
Mm,
But then when it was okay, it came out okay. I came back home. Yeah.
okay. So you live in Florida and he was in California, is that right?
No, I live in
In
Montreal.
Montreal, sorry.
Yeah.
But you were at the Florida earlier time. And you
No,
mentioned that
I
you
want to
actually
visit them for like a week
okay.
because he's a busy man. Yeah.
Well, successful people usually are busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was there like a special brother, sister, because you had a great bond? Was it something that he was truly trying to help you with? Like when we see, I'm gonna say this lovingly, when I see my sister and I know the part she struggled, and this is where family sometimes interferes when we want to help them, and we can't push people to do anything, but we give advice and trying to help them to see like this may really help you. Was there something he was really trying to help you with?
Um, well, he knows I was a determined person after I came out of the hospital, so I want to, because when I took my overdose, I couldn't walk, so I had to start walking again. I had to start talking again. So it was like all power in the mind. I had to do everything over again. So he knows I was powerful. He told me I can never get depressed because look what you were going through. Yeah.
Mhm. That is a great advice because if we start being worrying and doubting and fearful and depressed, that actually goes to disintegration. And we need to
That's
stay
right.
in a creative mode and really create and believe and have faith.
Yeah.
Um, so it was inspiring for you to actually watch him, right?
Oh
Did you
yeah,
actually,
always very
you know,
inspiring. I'm very
sometimes.
proud of Ramy. He achieved so much.
Mm. What did you love about him in terms of studying? Like we look at us, and obviously we're in the same environment, and we sometimes get inspired by people because some of them are too disciplined, some of them are studying, some of them are doing stuff. Like what did really inspire you? What was that point where you felt like I'd love to be more like him in this part?
Um, I mean, I like to be rich too, like Ramy. But the thing is, everyone has a different path, eh?
Mm. Yes.
Because Ramy his that was his like ambition, burning desire to be the richest man in the world. Yeah.
I love it.
But for me, it was like, okay, I won't be rich, but my burning desire is to help as many people I can. Like when I
Mhm.
was working, yeah,
Yeah, I love
to
that.
get them
You,
back in society, yeah.
you have the same desire your brother had. Helping
Yeah,
people and
we have different desires. Everyone has a different goal.
yeah, that's very true. I love what you just said because that is exactly, we were actually talking about it yesterday, was the difference between the goal and the desire. But each of us has this desire, which is on a spiritual level inside of us.
Yeah,
And goals are just in a 3D human world, we set something to become better person. We set the
Yeah,
goals for who we become in a process, not really for
that's
the
right.
goal as such. But I love that you mentioned that, because the truth is sometimes we lie to ourselves, that we think, oh, this is my desire. And then we really feel that there is a reason why we would like to go this path, but it's not really what fires up your soul. And so many people just don't follow the right desire as well. And I
That's
love,
true.
yeah,
Even Raymond said one time, "Don't copy me. Just do what you think you want to do, like what you have your burning desire. Do what you want to do. Just try to go follow the principles. Don't give up."
I love that. I love that he advised you don't copy him, because lots of people, it's great to get inspired. Did you see him sometimes, like, okay, we all go through transformation and sort of sometimes troubles. I'm gonna say, like challenges, problems, whatever we call it,
Like
and
he's
then we find
down.
solution. Did
Okay.
you did you see, like, was he, people often ask this question, is like, well, so when you struggle, like, do you borrow the money, or do you, like, how do you, obviously we all have to go, so I'm not asking for a specific answer, but for you, did you see him sometimes, like, would he have a problem, would he just go okay to borrow the money, or make the money waiting, or taking in opportunities, or going into partnerships with people? What was it? I know he was very driven.
Yeah, he was very driven. He was so the business part I really don't know much about, but I just know that he was very driven and he always found solutions.
Mhm.
And he would not accept a no for an answer. He always turns a yes to a no. I mean, a no to a yes. Sorry.
That's okay. I understand that.
Turns a no to a yes, yeah? So he's very driven and he's very good at convincing. Like look at like John Gray.
Yeah.
And he wanted to publish his book.
Hmm.
And John Grace goes, "Yeah, no experience, yeah, no nothing. You don't know anything.
And he did.
Just give me 10,000 pounds, I'll make you big."
That is
And he
amazing.
made him big, and John Gray and him been friends for a long, long time.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's really remarkable when we see people that they sometimes in a circumstance or condition which is not really ideal for the decision they make, and yet they still make it and go for it. They take
yeah,
action, inspired action. They don't give up. I love what you said. Can you see I have a sign behind me says never give up? It's one of my favorite. Because
that's
the
right.
truth is, if we connect to our true desire, like Rami did, you're not gonna give up. It's when we
No,
have a weak desire, or it's somebody else's and not ours, then we seems to give up in a process. Because if it's something that we really truly want, we will go for it.
no, of course. And
Yeah.
Raimi, he really wanted to make it big. He always found it.
Mhm.
He always found the need. He always talks to his people, and he finds what were people looking for. And he feels
Mhm.
it. So like he said, he always mentioned find a need and fill it.
I love that. Find the need and feel it. You know what? Before, towards his passing away, were you spending some time with him? Like, was he intensively talking about something that was really truly firing his heart?
He was talking about California City. He wanted to do this homeless shelter. He bought
Yes.
some land for California City.
Mhm.
I told him, "Can I work with you on that? Because I have experience. I worked with
Mhm.
ex-cons and homeless, you know."
Mhm.
He goes, "Sure, yeah, yeah." And we discussed some things, you know. But
Mhm.
um, everything's on. When Remy died, I swear to God, I went crazy. I went
Mm.
freaking crazy.
Because you were
You know?
very close, then it's hard to lose someone.
Yeah, when Troy, you know Troy,
Yeah.
he called me, and I was outside, and because I had an appointment, and he called me and says, Raymond passed. I lost it. I was screaming in the streets. I lost it. I lost my mind. I was sick. I couldn't eat. I was throwing up. I was going crazy.
It's really hard. It's really hard to lose someone we love.
You know?
And he was such an inspiration for you, and also you were really close. So
Yeah,
was it unexpected?
yeah, I never expected that because he was healthy.
Mm,
But I know he didn't sleep much.
mm,
He slept a couple hours a night. That's not very healthy either. You have to sleep
mm.
enough. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I can relate to
So,
lack of sleep
but
sometimes.
I never expected that. That was the last thing. I thought I would die before him because I have breast cancer at stage 4,
Mm,
and I freaked out when he died. I just really freaked out.
mm. What would you love to see? Like, he's built a really huge community. People who love him, people who are inspired by him. He's really dedicated his life to obviously his dream, which is amazing to see too. Because, like really going for a dream, we all will die one day and we don't want to. And I love, there was a reverend, I think in the US, I can't remember which state, but I remember him saying, most of the people when I go and see them when they feel that they ready to go, the things they did they don't regret, they regret the things they always wanted to do and never did them. So
Well, actually,
like
he
when
did. I think Remy did everything. He had a lot of time
yes,
to do it too, but
yeah,
he died in sleep, and that was freaky.
yeah,
It was like,
yeah,
but at least he
absolutely.
died peacefully.
It's what that is actually great, and that because everybody would love to like die peacefully, but I'm like so inspired by people who really dedicate their lives into really bringing and changing community and transforming not just themselves but others as well. What would you love to see for him, his vision to go further? What is it that you're seeing in his life? Obviously we would love everyone
Yeah,
to get the book and
you
study.
know what? This book is a must-read book because
Mhm.
it not only going to change you financially, it could change you other parts of your life. This
Yeah.
is a must-read book.
Mhm.
I
Do
always
you
tell
still
all my
read it?
friends to get it.
Yeah. We will put it in a link, and we do encourage people in the study group to get it and go over it, and
It's
and
not
we do talk.
expensive. It's a must-read book, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
absolutely,
even if they have
absolutely.
it translated in French, you could get it on Amazon. Because here in Quebec is French, so some
Mhm.
people is French. They buy it in French.
Yeah, yeah, it is available on Amazon. That is true. I bought it in the UK on Amazon too.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful book. I love it because of his pictures as well. So he's really sharing his personal
Yeah.
stories, his
Yeah.
transformation. He's showing people how things really get done.
That's right.
You make a decision, you see something, and you go for it. Was he surrounded, like, did he love? Because I know he had many people who loved him. He had an amazing community. What was he talking about, like how amazing it is to build all this community and working with people?
Yeah, I mean, I was proud of him, but he didn't brag about it. He did not
Mm,
brag. He just says, "Oh, talk was this and this," but he did not brag because like I said before, he treated everybody equally.
equal, yeah. There is such a beautiful human part to have, to be
Yeah,
humble
he's very
and
humble and kind and generous. He's a good person. Yeah.
yeah. We love that. Thank you so much for sharing all this amazing, amazing information. I mean, is there anything else you would love all this beautiful audience who are listening about Ramy and his book? Is there anything you would love to share or tell us or tell us about him?
Well, the only thing I just want I could tell you that I know Raymond wanted to help as many people to achieve the goal. Well, achieve the goals, get their burning desire, and go ahead. Yeah,
Mm.
that's why Raymond gives so much back. Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
gives
He
so
was
much
giving
back
all.
of his time
Mm.
weekly. Yeah,
Yes. I'm gonna sum up the three things because I love what you said. And he was saying never give up. Then if you have something on your mind, just don't procrastinate, go and do it.
yeah,
And the third one was don't worry about what people think. Don't look for approval. Just really
that's
go
right.
for it. Believe in
Yeah,
yourself, have faith in you. which is the
Yeah,
truth. And he was remarkable in a way. He was showing he was walking the talk. Because, like we
yeah,
all have our journey. And I love what you said as well. We all have our journey. And he really followed his. He knew what was right for him. And he
that's right.
haven't just stopped. He just kept going. And if one thing didn't work out, he went to the next.
That's right. He never gave up. That's
Yeah.
why I wrote a song for him. And it talked
Oh,
everything
yes.
about
Let's talk about the song. You
what
wrote a song for him. I will put
yeah,
this
when I
song.
was in California, when I was in his funeral, I said Raymond loves it because Raymond loves music. So I said I'm gonna write a song for Raymond. So I did.
Mm. What was his favorite music?
Ah, he liked all kinds. He liked Frank Sinatra, Joe Walsh. Life is good. He liked all kinds of rock.
Mm.
All kinds. He liked the song "I Did It My Way" by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, me too.
I have it in my high frequency music file
Yeah.
because I do have my high frequency music file. So when I feel I want to switch, like you said, or transform,
Yeah.
I do listen to the music because music
But
is a
he
frequency
loved
too.
everything. He liked a lot of music. Yeah, I remember one time. This is a story, funny story. I said, Remy loved music so much. I was in my 20s.
Mhm.
So I said, cause me have lots of music. So I recorded all kinds of stuff for Remy. I sent it to him a bunch of tapes to him by mail to listen to it.
It's
That's so
beautiful.
funny.
I remember the cassette recorders when you had to have like a pencil and sometimes the whole
Yeah,
thing came out
yeah.
and you had to just slowly try and wind it back, otherwise it would broke and you would be done. And these days, my kids, when I look at them, all it is pressing the buttons on Spotify,
Yeah, on the
Apple TV,
YouTube,
they
on
have no
YouTube.
idea what
Yeah.
this struggles were. What would you actually that brought me to what was the favorite thing? I know he was very humble, but was there something, like we like to celebrate ourselves when we feel we have our wants. Was there something special he loved to do?
Mm. He was a workaholic. All
Okay.
he did is like work, work, work. He loved to work. Yeah.
Because he
He
loved
was
what
a
he did.
workaholic.
So it almost feels for some people, I can sometimes relate to it because it doesn't even feel like a work. If you do what you
Yeah,
love, you're
yeah,
giving
because
your
he
life
loves
to it.
doing it. So
Mm.
he was a workaholic. He was just work, work, work. He just wanted to build his wealth. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he dedicated his whole life into it.
Yeah.
Was there something special you loved to do for him as a sister? How did you when you did something and you knew it would be special and he would love it? What would you do?
Well, I wrote a song for him, but I would like to continue with Michael if for the California city when
Yeah.
everything's settled.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to his dream. Oh, you know what I'd like to do one also.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to California City. This is my. I didn't talk to Michael about it, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking to have a statue of Ramy
Oh,
in front of the California City and says from homeless to billionaire.
I love it.
I think that would be a great
Mm.
thing. It will motivate a lot of people.
I love your vision. And see, this is a great example of desire, like statute, to have a statue of ourselves. My
Yeah,
son
but
said to me he'd
actually,
love to
Raymond
have his
deserves it
statue
because
one day when
he's a
he's.
great guy. He's someone he needs to be. I
Mm.
want to honor him. You know,
Yeah. It's really remarkable that you also have so much passion for what he did that you want to help to carry on the legacy.
I
And
do because Raymond has great ideas,
mm,
like especially for the homeless, and plus he wanted to bring clean water in Africa. I remember that he told me. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, oh, I love that. I'm actually involved with the charity in Africa, so we help with water and education and
Oh yeah,
hospital.
that's
Yeah,
great.
in Uganda. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
always remarkable to see because sometimes we in the Western world, and I'm gonna say this lovingly, but when you travel in Asia and third world countries, you come back to where we live and you think, oh, we're so spoiled, we don't even know. Like sometimes
I
the
know, cause
basic general.
I went to Ghana and I went to Nigeria and different
Mhm.
countries, and
Yeah.
I got bitten by llama skills, but people, I saw how people suffer,
Mm,
So yeah, I agree. People, need to travel and see the other side of the world to see we're well off.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so true. Last question. You mentioned that you were all born in Switzerland, in
yeah,
Europe.
yeah,
So when did you relocate? Is it your parents just decided to
yeah. My
move to?
parents decided to relocate to
Mhm,
Montreal. Then after that, I went to the California for 2 years, and we came back here.
mhm,
Then Remy decided to go back, go to the States. Yeah.
mhm. Okay, so he loved it there. So that's why he got inspired too.
Yeah, he said to me, because in Canada you don't have big opportunities like the America.
Mhm, mhm. So he
So
was always driven to go and find the opportunities.
that's it.
Never give up.
Yeah, never give up. Yeah.
Yeah. Francois, you're such a beautiful soul. And I'm so grateful that you came on and you really shared such a special stories and things about Ramy and, also the mission, which obviously to encourage people to carry on because Ramy dedicated his whole life towards this. And it will be so nice to see community and people supporting this and carrying on, which you
Yeah.
are. I'm
Yeah.
talking to the audience now. So I really love that you are here and how much you care and you're always there in a group and supporting. So we do invite you all to carry on studying and really we do meet twice a week. We do study Ramy's book and we talk about the principles, which was his life. It was about really applying these principles into the life and going for your dreams. And get the book on Amazon if you don't have it by Ramy El-Batrawi, the Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? He does share a lot of stories which are very unique and talks about the ways how he applied the principles. So, any final comments for our audience before we say goodbye?
No, but, we just have to get the book, and it's a must-read book. That's for sure. It's a must
Thank you.
because you'll see different stories, different experiences he went through.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much. And wishing you an amazing day. I will put all the link for the book and the study group underneath our interview so you can reach out to Francois as well if you have anything or any of beautiful admins in the group. And we look forward to seeing you. Thank you, Francois, again for your beautiful
You're
energy
welcome.
and appreciate you.
Thank you.